Hi everyone, so this is going to be my end of August updates and I'm going to start with my new acquisitions. We recently had a summer sale where I volunteered and that's where I got these plants. So I did end up getting a Paraphalaenopsis serptentingula. Everything is currently isolated just in case, but I think they will be ready to go into my grow space. And this is a Phal bellina. This one is the pink type. So it has more pale green flowers with a light pink center. And this one is RLC Amazing Thailand Magician. Right now it's leaning up against my dish rack because it will fall over. But this one I think has about like 5 active eyes on it, so that's really good. The last 2 plants I got for volunteering, so it's a nice bonus for me. I don't really do well with cattleyas, but I really wanted to try this one because if you've seen the flowers, they're really pretty. So hopefully this does well. Alright, so back to my current collections. This is Oceoclades monophylla. It is currently isolated because of spider mite. The last time I wiped it down, it seemed clean. But you can see that this leaf is senescing. I think that's the word. It doesn't look too good, but I think the rest of the plant is okay. I'll do another wipe down again today to just double check. And this is my Masdevallia amplexa. Same issue like the Oceoclades. It does seem clean. I did lose a couple leaves as well, so it's a lot smaller than it used to be. But I think this one is okay. I'll just do another double check. And this is my Clowesia Rebecca Northen Mikabi, also one of the ones with spider mites. And again, I'll check it again. And this is my Staurochilus fasciatus. I'm giving it until the end of September. If there's no improvement, it's gotta go. And this is my Dendrobium moschatum pink. So it wasn't doing super well, so I've repotted it, and it didn't have basically any good roots. So it's a good thing I did look at that. So it's been repotted in the same pot with orchiata, and it has some moss at the top. So this growth looks like it's doing okay. And there is another new growth growing here. So the goal right now is just to keep the moss moist. And then once it's established good roots, then I'll water it properly. And this is my LC Supersonic Striking Lip. I did decide to divide it. These are the back bulbs, and they do have a few eyes that seem to be active, so there's some damp moss in there to encourage some growth, and then I'll give this one away, and I'll keep the other one. And this is the other division. So the goal is to have it growing upwards. This is the latest growth. You can see the flowers are upside down, and this is a little bit damaged, but I think that's okay. I need to fix this side again. I think it's a little bit unstable, which is why I haven't really touched it too much. But I want this to go up, and that's why I cut it at that specific spot, because these are the ones that are closest to orienting in the same direction. So this still needs to be fixed. And this is my Papilioanthe taiwaniana. This plant was also looking pretty dehydrated, so I decided to repot it as well. So I've tried to shove all the roots into the pot, and this one is potted in a mixture of bark and some lava rock, I think, just to bulk it up a little bit. So hopefully this will do a lot better. And this is where I had my Vanda roeblingiana, but I decided to toss that plant. I'll insert some photos, but basically the keiki started to look infected, and someone in my society suggested it could be virus. And at the stage that it was at, I just didn't want to deal with it anymore, so it's gone. This is Schoenorchis gemmata, and it has a new leaf starting. So this is my cattleya seedling. You can tell from the leaf texture that it looks like it has spider mite, but I did spray it down, and this leaf seems to be growing a lot faster. Or I guess it's less stunted, so I think it's resolved. I'm assuming it's okay, that's why I've put it back in here. Yeah, hopefully that other leaf was clean. And this is my Bulbophyllum pectinatum. I've moved it to here. I've cleaned it up and I moved it to this cup. It just has moss and some it's old fern bark at the bottom. I think there's an eye growing here on this one. It's hard to tell because it looks kind of dry, but I'm going to give this until the end of September for anything. If there's nothing, then I'll just toss it. And this is my Vanda foetida. I still haven't repotted it. And I just noticed just now this leaf has some weird spotting on it, so I think I'm just going to cut that off. This is my Vanda brunnea. So for the length of time I've had this plant, I feel like it didn't produce as many roots as I would have liked. So I decided to pot it in orchietta and plastic. I think that may improve the root development on this plant. And this one is my Vanda tricolor. I just added some moss at the top because it felt a little sparse between the bark and the base of the plant. So that's that. And this is my Dendrobium lowii. I decided to repot this in a slightly smaller pot with fresh moss. It's a little bit dry because today's watering day, but I'm hoping that will improve the growth of this plant. It's not looking super good, but the new keiki at the top seems fine. And this is my Dendrobium pectinatum. I decided to just add some more moss to the mount. I kind of had to wiggle and loosen the plant. I haven't removed it completely from the mount, just kind of this part, and just kind of pushed it over closer to the center of the mount, and hopefully it'll grow in this direction. And this is my Oceoclades roxburghii. It seems to have recovered because that center leaf on the right growth is growing. This is my Catasetum spitzii red. Growth is doing pretty well so far, but then you notice that there are two nubbins at the bottom growing, so I think it's going to push out another couple of growths this year. This is my Catasetum discolor, and the new growth is going pretty okay. It looks a little brown at the top here. I've watered this very sparingly, only because you can see the back bulbs are very shriveled. This is my Galleandra bowerii, and a job for me this year is to repot this. So I decided to move the corms of my habaneria into this bag. After reading some care instructions, I decided to do this. No change though, so far. And this is my Cattleya itsy bitsy diamond orchids. There's not a whole lot of change from last time. I did soak it in a seaweed solution for like overnight. There's an eye on the side with the roots, and the eye on this side hasn't really changed that much, although I don't think it's like rotted or anything. And this is a small division of my Cattleya dormaniana. It looked clean, so I decided to pot it up. Once it's established, I will give it away. So this is the mother plant of my Cattleya dormaniana. I just took it away from the grow area because I think it still, or at least on this one, I think there's still some spider mite on it, so I need to spray this down. I've been using an oil solution, I think it's called Bug Be Gone, the last few times. I don't think it works super great compared to Safers. So I think I'm going to pick up a bottle of Safers and try it on this again. And this is my Ornithochilus deformis. I've added some sphagnum moss at the top of the plant just to fill up the space. I think it'll also help with the humidity around the plant as well. And this is my Stenhopia. For some reason, it decided to shoot out 2 more growths, so hopefully they do well. I am still planning on getting rid of this in the winter time. Alrighty, so that's my video for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!